Hi, my name's Louise Vetter, and I'm the President and CEO of the Huntington's Disease Society of America, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you to this evening's 6th annual Freeze HD. Freeze HD is a powerful event that's brought together by families across America to help raise awareness, understanding, and vital funds to help in the fight against HD. So what is HD? Many of you may be asking, what does HD stand for? And it is Huntington's disease. Huntington's disease is a rare brain disease that affects about 40,000 Americans symptomatically, and another 200,000 are living at risk for developing the symptoms of Huntington's disease. At risk because Huntington's disease is a hereditary disease. If one of your parents has the gene that causes Huntington's disease, you have a 50-50 chance of inheriting that gene. It's for this reason that we call HD the quintessential family disease, because it really does go through families, and generations have to come together to support one another, to help connect them to clinical care, and to keep the hope alive in the fight to develop treatments and hopefully one day a cure for HD. Freeze HD is a family commitment to stop Huntington's disease in its tracks. So Huntington's disease is often described as being the worst of all brain diseases. And that's because in truth, it is like having the symptoms of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and ALS all at the same time. Once symptoms for Huntington's disease onset, typically in somebody's 30s, it takes 10 to 20 years for folks to slowly deteriorate, ultimately losing their ability to walk, talk, think, and reason. In the late stages of Huntington's disease, someone requires round-the-clock care, at the same time worrying if the next generation has inherited the gene. In order to fight Huntington's disease, the Huntington's Disease Society of America has assembled a nationwide, and in fact truly a global network of clinicians, social workers, support group leaders, scientists, and people just like you and me who come together every day with a commitment to improve the lives of everyone affected by HD. That means providing help and hope to families. Help in terms of connecting them with expert HD care, hope, ensuring that we're funding the science and communicating the science so that everyone can get involved in developing treatments that will one day slow or stop HD. Our goal is always to freeze HD and make it a thing of the past. So by tuning in to Freeze HD tonight, you're actually really helping us fight HD. Just watching from the comfort of your home is helping us make a difference. We're raising awareness of an often overlooked condition, and we're raising vital funds to help us provide more help and hope. So how can you get involved? First, enjoy the show and tell everyone you know to log in, to visit the HDSA.org website afterwards to watch it, and then, of course, donate. Click on the button to make a gift of any size. Every penny counts in helping us support more families and fuel vital science. Second, bid on the fantastic auction items that we have assembled for you this evening. Everything's been donated to our cause, and I hope that you have your credit cards handy so that you can hopefully get in on one of these really phenomenal items. Your support and all of the proceeds go to HDSA's fight against Huntington's disease. Lastly, we have a really special activity planned for after tonight's Freeze HD broadcast. We have a special online virtual VIP after party hosted by the comedian Rodman and with a fantastic assemblage of our celebrity committee members. It's going to be a really fun few hours to continue this fight against Huntington's disease. So you can go ahead and click and get your tickets for $50 to the VIP reception following the Freeze HD broadcast. Pulling together an event like Freeze HD, even in the most normal years, requires amazing time, commitment and generosity of spirit. So my deep thanks to everyone who's been a part of planning this virtual Freeze HD. I truly hope that we're able to be together next September to celebrate in person. But for tonight, sit back, relax. Thank you for being here and for being a part of the fight against Huntington's disease. Enjoy Freeze HD. Have a great night, everyone, and thank you.
What is up, everybody? This is your host for tonight's 6th annual Freeze HD event, Scott Porter. Look at you lovely people. Everybody looking so beautiful in their pajamas in their own living rooms. I'm so jealous. Look at me with a jacket on. I figured I had to dress up nice for this event. I don't know who out there is in PJs or dressed up nice like me, but it's going to be one heck of an evening. You saw everybody that we have coming up, all of our special guest stars. We're going to have live music. We're going to have tracks that have been sent in from very talented musicians. We have an incredible auction that is happening all evening long. We are going to laugh. We are going to cry. We are going to go on an amazing journey together tonight as we raise money to fight Huntington's disease, to support the Huntington's Disease Society of America and their mission to support families out there who are battling this terrible disease. We wouldn't be here tonight without some very important people that actually they got us here. You know, this is the start of the evening. We're not even close to the finish line, but to get us even to the start, we had to have a fearless group of sponsors. And I want to thank them right now before we begin this evening's festivities. We have our gold sponsors, Genentech and Neurocrine and UniQure. They are three incredible allies of the HDSA and of the Freeze, so thank you so very much. We have our silver sponsors, Bel Air Internet, who has been here every single year, Marin Foods and Wave Life Sciences, of course, recurring sponsors of the Freeze. We thank you so much. And our bronze sponsors this evening, Josh Schwartz and the gang over at Fake Empire. You might recognize that name from being the production house of Heart of Dixie, so thank you very much, guys. We have Keys Real Estate, again, who has been here annually, and I cut it up with them a little bit on Instagram the other day. What lovely people, and we thank you so much. And Temple Hill Productions, my good friend Marty Bowen. Okay, there we go. The sponsors have been thanked, and we are about to get into the most incredible evening. And when the Freeze ends tonight, the party isn't over. We also have a VIP after party tonight. We have 1,700 people currently registered for the Freeze HD, but if you make a $50 donation throughout this evening, you get a free entrance into the VIP after party, which is going to be hosted by the incredibly funny Rodman, winner of Last Comic Standing and part of the HD family himself. Like I said, it is going to be a journey. We're going to have ups, we're going to have downs. We are going to make incredible money tonight. Everything helps. You know, in the battle against something like Huntington's disease, it's all about where you find your hope. It's all about where you find your fight. And tonight we are all going to fight together, and it is going to be glorious. At the end of this evening, we are going to look back and we are going to say we had the best night ever. And here to sing a little tune that might be along those same lines is the immensely talented Zach Barnett from American Authors. Here he comes with Best Day of My Life. Let's kick it off, Zach!
Yo, what's up? My name is Zach Barnett, and I sing in a band called American Authors. I'm so stoked to be here right now for the 6th annual Freeze HD, benefiting the Huntington's Disease Society of America. I'm going to play y'all a song. We're going to have some fun and also make sure that you bid on some of the incredible items that are up for auction, and you can donate at hdsa.org/freezehd. Let's kick it off, all right? I had a dream so big and loud, I jumped so high, I touched the clouds. Oh, 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 oh. I stretched my hands out to the sky, we danced with monsters through the night. Oh, 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 oh. I'm never gonna look back, whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, please don't wait now. 2, 3, 4. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. I howled at the moon with friends, then the sun came crashing in. Oh, 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 oh. But all the possibilities, no limits, just epiphanies. Oh, 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 oh. I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, just don't wait now. Woo! This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. I recall it outside my window. I feel it in my soul. The stars were burning so bright. The sun was out till midnight. I say we lose control. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be, this has gotta be the best day of my life. Well, everything is looking up, everybody up now. Oh, this is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. Yeah. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Zach, and everybody out there. I am so sorry to do that to you at the very beginning of the evening, because for the rest of the night, you are going to be going, "It's gonna be the best day of my life." It's not going to go anywhere. It's an earwig for the ages. You are not going to be able to escape it. Thank you so much, Zach. I hope everybody out there enjoyed that. We have so many ways to raise money tonight. I spoke before we heard Zach sing that this is going to be the best night ever. And ways that you can help that happen are to just click that donate button and give what you can. You can bid on these amazing auction items. That's right, we have an incredible auction happening. We've got some of the items back here behind us. I think we have up over 100 auction items at this point. We have signed memorabilia from sports, from film and television. We have amazing experiences like Zoom calls with Lucifer himself, Tom Ellis, and our next friend that is coming up, Jason Ritter. Yeah, that's right. Jason Ritter knows a little something about auctions because he himself has been an auction item about 30 times. 2 times last year, 2 times the year before. He auctioned himself off for coffee or for lunch, and this year he is once again auctioning himself off for a Zoom call. So if you want to take part in that, then go bid on that cherub of a human being, on that beautiful, wonderful spirit. We're going to have special guests all night long. He is on our host committee. Jason Ritter will be coming up, and he will be talking about someone else on our host committee, Mariana Palka. Two incredible human beings who I am so proud to stand alongside about the Freeze HD. And without them, this event would not even exist. So it only seems fitting to kick off the evening hearing from both of them and understanding that tonight we are honoring Terry Palka, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago after a long battle with Huntington's. To talk to you about more, here's Jason and Mariana.
Hello, thank you, Scott. My name's Jason Ritter, and like he said, and I am so happy that you're here with us for the 6th annual first virtual Freeze HD event. It really means a lot to me that you're here, and I'm gonna tell you why it means so much to me. Freeze HD is something that's really close to my heart. It came out of this sort of feeling of frustration and helplessness that came about mid 2014, where we were sort of faced with this new knowledge that we were going to be fighting Huntington's disease head on, and we wanted to do everything we possibly could to help the community and to fight this thing that at this point still doesn't have a cure. And instead of waiting around, we decided, my sister-in-law and my brother and my sister and my mom and a whole group of us, we just enlisted as many people as we possibly could, and we put on this event, and it was amazing. People showed up, people came, people donated, people learned about Huntington's disease, and we decided to make it a yearly thing to raise money for HDSA and to raise awareness about Huntington's disease. I can say it, which is why we made this part of the night free. We're just happy that you're here. That's a huge part of the battle, because Huntington's disease is a genetic disease. It can really just run through a family and be so painful and devastating, but the general public doesn't hear about it because it doesn't just sort of randomly choose families, or choose people out of nowhere. It's if your parent has it, you have a 50% chance of inheriting it, and so the community stays small. And one of the biggest things that we can do to combat it is create a larger community around it. And now you're a part of it. Now you know about it, and I am so grateful that you're here. I met Mariana when I was 19, and she told me about Huntington's disease. It was the first time I really had heard about it, and she told me about her father who had it. And actually, at the time, she had been encouraging me to sort of get all the things off my chest that I wanted to get off my chest with my own father. And one of the reasons that she was so determined to make me do that is because he was alive and well, and I was able to have those conversations, and she at that point was not able to have those kinds of conversations with her father. And even though it was sort of uncomfortable for me, and I really did that, and I created the relationship that I wanted. And I thought I had a lot of time, and it turns out I didn't, and I'm forever indebted to her for that. And it's part of what this all means to me. It's part of why this is my purpose in life, is to rid the world of this disease, make it something that people read about in the history books and say, oh, that sounds horrible, and not have anybody go through it again, or watch a family member go through it ever again. So thank you for being here. Just a little reminder that the auction ends at 8 o'clock, which is, oh my goodness, that's very soon. I mean, you have some time, but get on it. Someone could steal the thing that you bid on 5 days ago. So check that, make sure that you're still good. Look at all the other amazing things that are there. And then if you want to join us for the VIP after party, there's a ticket link for that as well. I'll be there hanging out. And yeah, there's fun stuff at the auction. There's a Zoom call with me. talk for 15 minutes, hang out, tell me about your life. I'll tell you more weird stories. And thank you so much again for being here. Thank you everyone who covered it. Thank you for retweeting anything. There's nothing too small that you can do to help spread awareness for this disease. So thank you so much for being here. It really means everything to me.
My dad has been with me since the day he died. And his love actually touches my friend group. It touches all the work that we're doing right now. I think that we have been able to make our lives so beautiful because my dad loved me so much and he loved my mom so much. And he was really the last person in the family. He wanted to be the last person in the family and the last generation to really have to die from this. And we really want that to be the truth. We want to save the people who are in a situation right now where literally our dollars save lives. So whatever you can give, however you can help, we appreciate it. Come and be part of everything that HDSA is doing. We absolutely have been in this together as a family, basically. Anyone who has HD in their family, anyone who has a friend with HD in their family, we're all one family. We all understand each other, and it's really, really important that we focus our energies and we remember that we're not alone, especially right now when it feels like the world is falling apart. There's so much to be said for living in the name of someone, like living in the name of Jason's dad, who told me over and over again I was going to change the world. It's like he knew somehow that we were all going to change the world, and we have changed the world. So when you can believe in a young person like that, the way that John Ritter believed in me, the way that my dad believed in Jason from afar, in his mental illness, you know, you have the capacity to be really like the best version of the person you were meant to be on this planet. And I think it makes you feel better. And I think that when you share pain, it actually heals other people's pain. And that's something that is so universally powerful. That is why I love this charity so much. And I think we're so close to this, to the end of this, and to this sort of precipice of this disease being something that was in the history books. That's what I want. I don't want the other kids that I know, and I don't want the younger kids and the babies and the future babies to have to deal with this. Like, my dad took a bullet for us, and all these other people took bullets for us, and I want that to be the end of it, you know, like it ends here and it ends now, and we need you guys to be with us in this beautiful era. And I have to thank everyone who volunteers for this, and everyone who you know, puts their life on the line every day to help other people in general. I think we're learning so much about what it means to be a better human being by being able to look at ourselves and help each other and stand up for each other and be there for each other. And so I just love you guys so much, and I want everyone to celebrate the fact that that death is an end, you know what I mean? But it's not the end of a person, and someone's legacy, like my dad's legacy and Jason's dad's legacy, can really go on in terms of what they did and what they continue to do philanthropically, how we continue to honor them, this idea of an amazing father, and how they were that for us. It's just so beautiful, and that's the kind of stuff that heals the world and cures diseases, and that's what we need. So I thank all my friends who are here tonight with us watching, and my family abroad, because everyone in Scotland is watching this, even though it's like 5 a.m. for them. And I just have to say from the bottom of my heart that we couldn't do it without you. I love you guys.
Mariana, I love you. We are a family, and I support HDSA. Please donate and share and talk about Huntington's disease.
Hi, I'm Brittany Young from Netflix's Glow, where I have the amazing privilege of starring alongside the goddess that is Mariana Palka. I just wanted to say to Mariana and everybody else at the HDSA, congratulations on the 6th annual HD Freeze event. I'm so glad that we were able to make it work this year. This is an event that cannot be missed. You guys are doing such great work for patients and families who are affected by Huntington's disease. Thank you so much for being able to do this again. And to Mariana, you are the epitome of what a human should be. You are kind, you're selfless, you're giving, you're caring, you are someone who wants to get everyone involved, and you are someone who asks, what can I do for you? And that is something that should not be taken for granted, as you should not be taken for granted. Mariana introduced me to the HDSA 4 years ago now, when she gave me a link to watch her documentary, The Lion's Mouth Open. And I just texted her the weirdest, longest text message afterwards because I truly was moved by everything that her and her family have gone through, and to see that she has continued that fight for others outside of herself is just amazing, and is just so heartwarming that I'm just happy and very privileged to be near a person like her. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. We really hope that you enjoy the night. Mariana, thank you for inviting us all here and being a part of your world and a part of your energy and a part of your love. We send so much also to your dad, who is being honored tonight, Terry. We send so much to the Palka family back in Scotland. Your mom's gonna get on me for the accent, but I'm gonna use it. Thank you, Mariana, for everything that you do. HDSA, everything that you do. Have a great night, everybody.
Hi, my name is Gil Rankin. I get the pleasure of being a friend, colleague, and great admirer of the wonderful Mariana Palka, who's been such a deep, brave advocate for the HDSA. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for supporting the 6th annual Freeze HD benefiting the Huntington's Disease Society of America. And I just feel really lucky to get to know Mariana and to get to work with her, alongside her, and to watch everything that she does, both as a director, as a producer, as an actress, and as a social activist, and just as a human being. I am really excited to be able to donate a pair of pink Original Glow Reebok sneakers, size US 7. They have been unworn, but were something that I was very lucky to get to receive from working on our show, and I would love to be able to donate them. And you can start bidding for them at www.hdsa.org/freezehd. And thank you so much again. There's so much incredible work going on for all of the HD community, and we just want to keep continuing that happening, and just sending all the love to everyone out there who's fighting the good fight. And I feel really lucky to get to talk about Mariana and her bravery and strength and support of this society. So thank you so much, and donate what you can. Bye.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shakira Barrera from Glow, and I support Mariana Palka and the HDSA Foundation in everything that they do, and I hope that you guys will too.
Hi, I'm Kimmy.
And I'm Rebecca. You may know us as the Beatdown Biddies.
We're here to support our Glow sister, the magical Mariana Palka.
To show our support, we're donating a personalized Beatdown Biddies hype video.
And you can bid on it right now.
Let's help Mariana beat down Huntington's. Yeah!
I see you.
Or we'll biddy you.
You can't run.
What is up? First of all, I told everybody we are going to go on a bit of a journey tonight. Jason and Mariana and all of the cast members of GLOW that showed up for her tonight, I want to say thank you so much. And again, we are here to honor the life and spirit of Terry, and we're here really to honor everybody out there that is fighting this thing. And I want to personally say thank you to Jason and Mariana for every single year. Freeze doesn't exist without you. We don't do what we do every single year without you. And we don't do that without Terry. So I wanted to say that. Now, you heard a lot of auction items in that block as well. Jason Ritter was in Frozen 2, a little movie you might have heard of. He brought in a ton of Frozen signed stuff, posters, and this really cute backpack that Kristen Bell signed. You heard Gail Rankin talking about her shoes. They're right here. My wife is bidding on those currently, even though they don't even fit her, but they're very cute. So if you want to bid on any of this stuff, there's a little button right below the screen. It says online auction. You just click that. Or if you need to find it on the web, you can go to hdsa.org/bid. We made it really, really easy there. Now, we're not only going to have music that is sent in from all over this world from very talented people. We're gonna do some music live in the room too. This gentleman, Brian Logan Dales, and our buddy Matt Beckley, they were on stage last year at the Avalon when we had our 5th annual Freeze HD, a night in which we raised $420,000 in one night. And these guys were such a big part of it. And they called me and they said they wanted to be a part of it again. And I said, sure, you want to come do a couple songs? Let's do it. I've heard for years from my mother a quote, you can tell the true value of a human being by how hard their friends will fight for them. And if that is true, then Mariana Palka, as we all know, is made of pure gold. And her and the Glow Girls and Jason, nobody will back down from this disease, and we won't either. So let's do it. Sing along, y'all.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. I'm gonna stand my ground, won't be turned around. In a world that keeps on dragging me down, gonna stand my ground, and I won't back down. I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I'll stand my ground, and I won't back down.
Well, I know what's right, and I got just one life. In a world that keeps on pushing me around, but I won't back down. I'm gonna stand my ground. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, and I'll stand my ground, and I won't back down. Play that harmonica, Brian. I can hear you guys cheering from the living rooms across this country and all over the world. Guys, thank you so much. Just coming along last year and getting involved, and now you're sticking with us. And it seems like that happens every single year. People come along, they hear about what we're doing here, they hear our stories, and they stick around, and they help us fight, and it's incredible. We're going to have expected guests tonight and unexpected guests. In the expected guest category, coming up in one of the next two videos, is Bryce Dallas Howard, just an ally of Huntington's and Mariana's ever since this event has started. She's been on the host committee every year that I have, and we can't wait to hear from her, all the way from the set of Jurassic World Dominion. And in the unexpected category, we have Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman is here, people. I'm freaking out. He has a Coraline book that he's going to sign and doodle for you. I'll let him tell you about it. From a field of sheep, here comes Neil Gaiman.
Hello, my name's Neil Gaiman. Thank you so much for supporting the 6th annual Freeze HD benefiting the Huntington's Disease Society of America. And I'm here to support Mariana Palka. Mariana is amazing. Her personal journey into Huntington's taught me so much about resilience, what it means to be human, what it means to face the future. To show my support, I'm donating this exclusive leather-bound edition of Coraline to the 6th Freeze auction online, and you can bid on this book right now at www.hdsa.org/freezehd. And I will personalize it and do a doodle in it for whoever wins the auction. So I will personalize it for you. And thank you again for your support to HD families.
Hi, my name is Bryce Dallas Howard, and I am incredibly honored to join the 6th annual Freeze HD event in support of one of the best women on the planet, Mariana Palka. So Mariana is, truly one of the most beautiful human beings I've ever encountered in my life. She's a genius. She's a visionary. She's incredibly kind. A writer, director, producer, activist, actor. She does it all. And throughout our friendship, which is stretching on 20 years now, I became aware that her father, Terry, had Huntington's disease. And what that meant was that she had a 50% chance of inheriting the gene herself. And ultimately, I was with Mariana when she tested positive for HD. That moment was captured and filmed in her powerful documentary, The Lion's Mouth Opens. Since that day, for myself and so many people who love Mariana so much, we have continued to just do what we can to support the Huntington's Disease Society of America. Right now, I'm in the UK and I'm filming Jurassic World Dominion, which is going to be the 3rd Jurassic World movie. And I can't wait for y'all to check it out. I can't wait, for theaters to be open and all of that again. And I'm very grateful to have a job. And so in keeping with the theme of Jurassic, for this year's Freeze, we have 2 special edition, no longer available to the public, Jurassic World posters that are really beautiful, and a Jurassic World soundtrack on vinyl. And I've signed them, and so has Chris Pratt. So please, 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 if you can, please bid on these exclusive, one-of-a-kind, never-to-be-seen-before items. Please bid on these auction items now at hdsa.org/freezehd. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bryce, and thank you, Neil. We've talked a lot about our friends and our support system, but something you need to know about Huntington's, it is the quintessential family disease. Every child of a parent with Huntington's has a 50-50 shot of inheriting this disease. And One of the strongest women I have ever met is Kate Miner, and here to talk about her family and her story, here is Kate.
Hi, I'm Kate Miner, and it's an honor to be here as one of the hosts of the 6th annual Freeze HD event. To show my support, I will be donating a season 10 Shameless poster signed by the cast, as well as a 10-minute private Zoom Q&A with some of the Shameless cast members. So yeah, I hope you'll check that out. This event is really personal for me because I come from a Huntington's disease family. I didn't know I came from a Huntington's disease family until about 5 years ago when my aunt tested positive for Huntington's disease. Until that time, I had never even heard of the disease. I got a call from my stepdad, and he said, your aunt has Huntington's disease. I said, what's that? He said, you should read about it. You should learn a little about it because it has some big implications for our family. And it did. So my mom decided to get tested for Huntington's disease, and about 6 months after my aunt's diagnosis, we got her results, and she also has Huntington's disease. And so my sisters and I, there's 3 of us, we decided to get tested as well. We kind of all did it together. I mean, it was our own separate process, each of us, but we arranged it so we got our results within 24 hours of each other. And both of my sisters have Huntington's disease as well. So that was just tough news to process. But while we were processing that, we also decided, let's get involved in this community. We have to, we're a part of this community now that we didn't even know about until so recently. But let's do it. Let's be a part of this community. And I'd read about Mariana's event, the first Freeze HD, and so we decided to build on that. We said, we'll do the second one. We'll make it an annual thing. And we kind of used that event as our family's HD coming out party. We invited everyone we knew, and we said, come out and have a fun night with us. And, there will be tears. We're going to cry, but we'll also laugh, and we'll also just be together. And then we can raise money for the cause, and to make sure that families are supported and that research and is being funded, research for the cure or a treatment. And so we did that, and it was an amazing night. And now we're on the 6th Freeze HD event, and so that's pretty exciting. I hope that you will consider donating to the cause tonight or checking out the silent auction. There's so much cool stuff there. And thank you for being here. You wouldn't think there'd be a silver lining to this kind of diagnosis in your family, but if there is one, it's the community of people we've met. So many of them are here tonight, the other families and the people from the Huntington's Disease Society of America and the guys from HD Buzz and just everyone who's here coming together to make the world better for Huntington's disease families and tell people what it even is, because there's so many people like myself who didn't even know about it until recently. So thank you for being here tonight, and now go check out the silent auction. Thank you.
Hi there. My name is Noel Fisher, and I want to thank you for helping support the 6th annual Freeze HD benefiting the Huntington's Disease Society of America. Now, I'm here to support my friend Kate Miner and her family in raising funds to help find a cure for HD and to help them spread awareness about this devastating disease. In order to show my support, I am donating a signed Shameless Season 10 poster, and I'll be participating in a Zoom Q&A with some other members of the Shameless cast. So, if that sounds like something you might be interested in, go check out the online auction and bid on this item, okay? Thanks again for your support for HD families.
My best friend, Kate Miner, comes from an HD family. So myself and my family couldn't be more excited about the 6th annual Freeze HD event. I cannot believe it's been 6 years. Hi, I'm India de Beaufort. And this year I am donating a pair of earrings to the auction that I have made. You can go and bid on these lovely ladies at hdsa.org/freezehd in support of the Huntington's Disease Society of America. Please do whatever you can. Donate, support, share, get involved, help find a cure. Because at hdsa.org, family is everything.
Thank you, India, and thank you, Noel, and most especially thank you to Kate. Everybody out there, I told you we were going to go on a journey tonight, and Kate's story is just so impactful and so, it's just powerful, and it is the story of so many families across this country and all over this world, and that is why we are here tonight, to fight for all of them. And Kate, thank you so much for sharing. I could use a drink right now. Oh, look at this. It's the wonder of having your wife on set. Kelsey Porter, everyone. You guys are in your living rooms. You can make drinks all you want. Things are getting a little heavy, you know. Take a sip. If you're dancing around the room because we've just got so much fun stuff going on, then make a drink. And I feel like this is a perfect time to thank our bar sponsors. Usually we have a bar. Usually we're in a location somewhere. But that's the beauty of doing this virtually, is that everyone can be here now. You don't have to be in Los Angeles to be a part of this. And I thank you all so much. And I thank our bar sponsors. So I raise a glass to you, to Warner Brothers Games, to Phil and Tamar Cousset, to After Hours Theater Company, to Jessica and Tammy Kane, to 12 Rivers Realty down there in Austin, Texas, and to Netflix. Thank you so much for allowing us to put this wonderful event on and being a part of this. Many of you for the second, third, fourth year in a row. Now, I mentioned that we were going to go on a journey. Yeah, Tyson Ritter is here, folks, from All American Rejects, the very talented singer and actor. He sang with us last year and yelled from the stage, "Let's cure Huntington's with the cure!" and then sang a cure song. This year we didn't know what to expect, and he sent us a song that he just recorded 2 weeks ago and released 3 days ago. So coming to you from New Zealand, I'm jealous, Tyson Ritter.
Hello, 6th Annual Freeze HD. My name is Tyson, and I am singing to you from Auckland, New Zealand on this great fundraising evening. It's daytime here, but I'm sure the sun has gone down there. But I wanted to sing a song that I recorded and wrote like 3 weeks ago, and it's about a misconnection, which I feel like we're all missing right now. It's called Broken Glass Slippers. In a haze across the room, a night so tired, you gotta look like matches, you set a soul on fire. You were sitting with your cocktail, it was making me jealous, and she noticed me, no, I can't tell you. Ain't it funny how the first time that you ever see a stranger, it will make you feel helpless, it'll make you feel reckless. I wanna be your necklace, hang around forever, if it's now or never. I should've known better than to wait, I could see you in red, you're such a hot mess. Close my eyes and your hair is down and you're wearing that dress. I don't know your name, don't got your picture. I got blood on my hands, I'm holding broken glass slippers. We could get married in Vegas, make some babies. Now I know that concept sounds crazy, the way the world keeps turning itself out, burning itself out, don't seem that crazy. I wonder what you're thinking, and if I pound my drink, then maybe I'll be brave enough to walk over to you. And I bet that I'm older than you, at least by a year or two. I'm sure it's not the first time. That will be the worst line that I think that I could say. A woman wants to talk about age. Did I say woman? I meant queen, angel, goddess. Anything you wanna be called, be honest, it's yours. I could see you in red. You're such a hot mess. I close my eyes and your hair is down and you're wearing that dress. I don't know your name, don't got your picture. I got blood on my hands, I'm holding broken glass slippers. I wanna put you on canvas, take you and your little dog too back to Kansas. Dorothy, that makes me the scarecrow, 'cause I still can't walk over there, though I know that you look like you were getting tired of waiting for some line to gather up the courage. Well, enough is enough, and then I look up and you're gone. Oh no, where did you go? I swear that it seemed like I blinked and you just disappeared. Just blinked and you disappeared. I wonder if you were ever here at all. Did I make you up? Nothing's clear at all. Except I know I'm just a damn fool, standing in a long line of fellas afraid to ever talk to you. I close my eyes and your hair is down and you're wearing that dress. I don't know your name, don't got your picture. Got blood on my hands, I'm holding broken glass slippers. I can see you in red, you're such a hot mess. I close my eyes and your hair is down and you're wearing that dress. Don't know your name, don't got your picture. I got blood on my hands, I'm holding broken glass slippers.
Thank you so much to the 6th Annual Freeze HD benefit, benefiting the Huntington's Disease Society of America. Last year, I was lucky enough to attend the monumental fundraising night that it was last year. I remember I saw Scott at a musical about a year ago. Remember when you could go out and see live performances? That was nice. And he did such an amazing job. I came up to him after the show. I was like, hey, man, that was fantastic. And he reached out a couple weeks later and was like, hey, I'm doing this fundraiser. Would love to have you perform. And I went in there a couple weeks after that, and that night was just such an overwhelming experience for me. I remember seeing Mariana Palka's story about her father, and as I kind of sort of went into the night not being educated really at all about the effects of Huntington's disease, watching people tell their stories of surviving this with their loved ones and the toll it takes and the strength behind it was really sort of an ongoing theme throughout the night that spilled out into the crowd and onto the auction tables and ended up being a night that went up north of $500,000. I think it was the single biggest benefit that ever was placed for Huntington's Disease Society of America. So it was a really great night to be a part of. Scott and Kelsey were such incredible just beams of light the entire night, and seeing their story and seeing what their family had went through, it only made me all the more excited to be a part of this live stream virtual version of this event. And I wanted to thank especially Scott and Kelsey for having me. And if you would like to donate to the Huntington's Disease Society of America, please do, and go to hdsa.org/freezehd. Give a little, give a lot, give everything you got. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Tyson Ritter, singing to you from Auckland, New Zealand, and it's been a pleasure. So thank you.
Tyson! Tyson's crazy. Everybody, a round of applause for Tyson. Why am I holding a sword? I'm holding a sword right now because it's on auction from Shadow Hunters, and it's really cool. We have some other awesome auction items, and people who were here last year are going to talk about a couple of those. But first up, we are going to have Lamorne Morris, who emceed last year and wanted to be back here this year, and he sent a video our way. We've got Rachel Bilson coming up talking about a Heart of Dixie Zoom call, and Seth Green, who was a bulldog in the auction. So take it away, Lamorne.
Hey, what's going on, folks? Thank you for having me to be a part of the 6th annual Freeze HD charity event. Last year, I got the opportunity to host the event. Now, I know you remember. I know. You guys were excited. You were freaking out. Everybody was like, I can't believe it. It's a dream come true to have him here. He's really great. All those things that I heard from the crowd when I was there. But I do want to say, again, thank you for having me. I know this is a strange time we're living in. We can't be next to each other, having the performances. We can be up close and feel the sweat, and all the spit from the singers. But virtually is much better. I don't want your COVID. But anyway, Huntington's disease is something that we definitely need to tackle. We need more research on. So again, thank you for having me. I'm going to kick things off by donating a little bit. I think even though we're virtual, it might be a lot easier for us to donate from the comfort of our own homes with no pressure. So just go ahead and click a link and add some sort of fund to it. So I'm going to kick things off. I am going to donate $400,000 right now. I'm donating $400,000, and I want all you all to match that. No, I'm kidding. About both. I'm not donating I don't have that kind of money. So I will be donating, but I encourage you all to do the same. And again, thank you for having me, and go tackle it. Tackle the thing. So.
Hey friends, Seth Green here. Thank you so much for joining us for the 6th annual Freeze HD event to raise money to help find a cure for Huntington's disease. I admit I had never heard of Huntington's disease until my friend Kelsey was diagnosed with it, which really brought it close to home for me. She's an incredibly brave and inspiring woman, and I'd like to thank her and Scott for organizing this awesome event tonight. Now, last year we had so much fun, all gathered in person, and the auction bidding was fierce. I had serious competition for both the Topher Grace dinner and the Jason Ritter lunch, but it had been a bit since I had had a meal with either of my friends, and I was not going to lose, so be warned if you're bidding against me. Now, last year was really special, but tonight will be even better because all of you around the world can join us to bid on these unique and priceless items. I am donating a one-of-a-kind custom puppet, just like the ones we use on Robot Chicken, made to look exactly like you. It'll come with a stand so you can display it, or use it to make your own stop-motion sketches starring you. You can bid and donate at hdsa.org/bid or hdsa.org/freezehd. Thank you so much. Thank you. And good luck.
Hey, everyone. I'm Rachel Bilson, and I am so happy to be here with you virtually for the first time. This event is all virtual for Freeze HD. I was there last year in person. It was so awesome to see the event raise nearly $500,000 to bring awareness to this disease, Huntington's disease. I came to learn about the disease through Scott Porter, who I was lucky enough to work with on Heart of Dixie. His wife, Kelsey, has the gene, and I'm just thrilled that I can be a part of raising awareness in any way. So, for the event, there's an auction. We are offering a Zoom call, a little happy hour with Scott, myself, and Wilson Bethel, who was also on Heart of Dixie with us. A Rammer Jammer happy hour, if you will. Anyway, I would just love if you guys went to bid. If you want to talk to us. If you don't, that's okay too. I know, it's a challenging time for everyone, but anything and everything helps. So to find out more, you can go to hdsa.org/freezehd and to bid on the Zoom call. It's not happy hour for me, I swear. HDSA.org/bid. Pretty sure that's right. But I'm just thrilled to be a part of this and help all the families who deal with this disease in America. And yeah, anyway, I hope I made sense. I'm not drunk. I hope that I get to see a couple of you, because I think it'll be 2 winners that can join us on our Zoom call. All right. Anyway, I hope to see you soon. I'm so proud to be a part of this event, to support it. My good friends Scott and Kelsey. All right. Peace out.
Am I still holding the sword? Yes, I am. This is the pose that Dom Sherwood had when he was holding this sword in the Shadowhunters poster that comes with the auction item, which is like up to 2,800 now. Shadowhunter, so the Shadow fam, you guys are incredible. The amazing thing about those 3 people is they came for the first time last year to Freeze HD. Lamorne emceed for us, and Seth and Rachel both came for the first time, and they're here giving again, and I just thank them so very, very much. Rachel's item, the Zoom call, is not here tonight. Of course, the custom puppet from Robot Chicken is insane, and it's not here tonight. But Lamorne mentioned just straight donation, and that's what he did this year. And there's so many ways to attack this thing and so many ways to help. And here to talk about a battle on a different front are Allie LaForce and Joe Smith, and talking about their foundation, Help Cure HD. Their story is very powerful in its own right. My wife and I went through what they are helping to fight. So please take a listen, and here come Allie and Joe.
Hey guys, it's Joe Smith and my wife, Allie LaForce. Scott and Kelsey, thank you so much for including us. Everybody, thank you so much for coming out and showing your support against Huntington's disease. It's a vicious disease. We're all in this fight together. We just got to keep going. My wife and I, we recently lost my mother this past August to Huntington's disease. And a few years back, we started a charity, helpcurehd.org. And basically what it does is we raise funds to help families who can't afford the IVF process because of how expensive it is out of pocket and mostly all cash. And they apply and we put them through it, and we eliminate the Huntington's disease gene altogether through IVF. There's many different ways to support this fight. We appreciate you all coming, supporting Scott and Kelsey. Can't thank you enough. And if you want, check out some auction items on the table. We got some signed memorabilia that'll go towards this fight for Huntington's disease.
Hey everybody, I am Joe Smith's wife, Allie LaForce. It has been a true honor and an emotional struggle to go through this fight with HD with Joe. And I can't explain how brave that he's been through this entire journey. And I know Scott and Kelsey are showing that same bravery, even when it's difficult. So I can't thank you enough. We've been really humbled by the outpouring of support from the HD community, which is everybody watching right now. So thank you. It really does go a long way. Joe mentioned our foundation, helpcurehd.org, which funds families to have IVF. So we have HD-free babies. I'm currently going through the IVF journey with Joe by my side to make sure we eliminate HD from the family line. Like Joe said, it's one way to fight this disease. And every single penny that you give, whether it's to IVF or to research or to HDSA, which you guys have all done for several years now, it all makes a huge difference. And the faster we can find a cure, the better. So Kelsey, Scott, keep it going. We love you guys, and we're in this together.
Thank you so much, Allie and Joe, for everything you are doing. It is incredible. Joe has an item up for auction tonight too, a jersey, and we don't have it here. He's got it, and he's going to mail it directly to the winner. But we do have some jerseys in the room, like this signed Jared Goff jersey here. We've got a signed Mika Zibanejad hockey stick. Ha! Woo! We've got a signed Jason Street jersey. We got a Zoom call, too, for Friday Night Lights. And signed Dwight Howard for the still playing Los Angeles Lakers in the month of September, which is crazy. There are things that bring us to the fight for HD, and they are different for almost everyone. You heard Allie and Joe's story, and now you are going to hear from Dr. Jeff Carroll from HD Buzz. HD Buzz is the place that you can go to get clear and concise information on Huntington's disease research. It is the place to go. If you have questions about what is happening in the world of science and research, that is the place to go. Now, to explain to us why he is a huge part of HD Buzz, here is Dr. Jeff Carroll.
Hi, everybody. My name's Jeff Carroll. Thanks for joining us virtually for this really exciting event. Like some of the families that you met earlier, I come from a Huntington's disease family, and like many of them, didn't know for a long time. So I grew up in a family that didn't know the word Huntington's disease or use it or talk about it, and only came to find that we were affected by it when my mom not only found out that she was at risk, but that my mother had started developing symptoms. And so like a lot of HD families, there should have been family history to tell us so that we could know, from the genetic point of view, it's quite simple. But in families, things are complicated, and my family just did not talk about Huntington's. We did this as long as we could, basically, until my mom got so sick that she actually couldn't just avoid the fact that she had symptoms, but actually had to start having assistance. All this happened when I was a young man. I was 18, 19 years old. I was in the Army. I had just gotten married, and I just moved to Germany as part of my Army tour. And in fact, that year that I found out about my mom, I had actually ended up on a peacekeeping mission, and I was in Kosovo, and I was sitting there on my deployment, just intensely curious and passionate to learn what was happening with my mom, and had no resources whatsoever. So this was 1998, and the internet was it's still pretty crappy, but it was it was especially crappy then, and particularly for science news. And so I was going to say I Googled. I don't even know if I would have Googled then. I probably Yahoo'd Huntington's disease and tried to learn everything I could about it. And unfortunately, I didn't learn anything good. I could read the medical textbooks, incurable, fatal brain disease, this awful sounding stuff. And I got little glimmers that there was research going on, but it wasn't clear or accessible or understandable to me. And this kind of drove me crazy. I finished my tour in Kosovo and got out of the Army 7 or so months later, moved to my wife's hometown in Vancouver, British Columbia, which turned out to be great because I had decided I'd go back to school, and I thought that rather than pursuing a law degree or something, what I was thinking about doing, that I would take some science classes the first year I was there to learn a little bit about what was happening with my mom and now my family. And through the course of this, I just fortuitously happened to end up at a school at the University of British Columbia, which has an amazing Huntington's disease research program. So Michael Hayden and Blair Levitt and Lynn Raymond, a whole bunch of researchers just happened to be in Vancouver, and it turned out to be an incredible place to be learning about HD. So through this process, I also pursued my own personal information by getting tested for Huntington's disease in the second year of my undergraduate when I was taking biology classes. I found out, unfortunately, like my mother, I had inherited the mutation that causes the disease, and so in the absence of treatments, will be destined to suffer the same set of symptoms. My wife says that I asked the physician that gave us the news for a job, because he sort of said, well, how can I help? And I said, well, I'd like to get involved. And he introduced me to Michael Hayden, a very prominent HD researcher, who offered to take me on in his lab initially just to learn, and then eventually to complete a PhD. And I learned a massive, enormous amount with, in the 7 years total that I spent in Michael's lab, and went from not knowing what a gene was to being involved with some pretty amazing drug development people and running mouse trials to try to find drugs for HD and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, which was personally incredibly rewarding. But along the way, I realized that, there were a lot of families like me that were learning about this news for the first time, and they had the same kind of basic questions I did. And although the internet had gotten somewhat better, and now you could Google, for example, but the hits that you would find were not always good. And there was a lot of press releases from drug companies and people's well-meaning but not very educated kind of information, and it got really stressful and distressing for families trying to learn about Huntington's by searching on the internet. And through my activities in the Hayden lab, I had come in contact with this kooky guy, Dr. Ed Wild, who was at the time sort of a resident studying the neurology of Huntington's disease in the University College London, and we got together and ran a public education seminar at a World Congress for Huntington's disease meeting, had a lot of interactions with patients, had a lot of fun with it, and decided that maybe we should try to do something more permanent. And with that motivation, we started the effort that we run and still run and edit called HD Buzz. And so the idea with HD Buzz was that we would take each of these big emerging stories, whether it was the completion of a new drug trial, or the starting of another one, or some cool new basic science thing that had gotten discovered, and collapse it down into short, readable stories for families to read. We try to be upbeat, sometimes even funny. I mean, Huntington's is bad enough. No one needs to have a downer kind of mood when they're reading about HD, and the science is really amazing. And so, Ed and I did that. I don't want to tell you how many years ago now, and we've been at it ever since. Ed will tell you a little bit about how, we're planning for the future of HD Buzz. I know that some of the families you're meeting tonight have found the content on Buzz really helpful when they first learned about HD. And over the years, we've taken on a role in the community I think is really unique. We're motivated by helping families understand, not by which drug company is paying us to write a report. And there's just so much happening right now. It's an incredibly exciting time. So, like every other effort, this stuff takes money to run websites and pay writers and editors and all of that stuff. And we have always told the HD community that we would always be free to them. And that's only possible through the support of the incredible events like HD Freeze, the HDSA, and other organizations around the world that have supported us in this whole time. And the fact that they continue to do so really, I think, tells us how important it is. And Huntington's is bad enough, and Huntington's plus not understanding is worse. And I know that from personal experience, and I know some of the folks in the audience with you do too. So thank you so much for helping support this effort that we feel goes a little way to making living with Huntington's better for people, and is one small step in the overall big fight against Huntington's, which is an incredibly exciting and really special time right now. So thank you for your support.
Thank you so much, Dr. Carroll, for sharing your story with us. It's incredible how he felt called to act in that moment, and it's incredible everything that he has put forward into the world to help the Huntington's fight. He stepped into the fray fearlessly, and I'm so moved by that. A couple of years ago, after we had our daughter, Clover, our little one who's 3 now, my wife looked at me and she said, "I think I'm ready to get involved." And I very quickly contacted the HDSA and tried to get involved in the 4th freeze. And on that day, I showed up at Noya House in Hollywood, and I met the most vibrant, hopeful, incredible woman, Kipenzi Chidima. And I crashed her party, and it turned out to be the food tasting day because she was touring different venues for the event. And she asked me so kindly if I would just join them and have a meal with them. And we became fast friends. And then it was so incredible to meet the rest of her family. Marjani, her sister, and Harumia, her mother. And it was an incredible evening. And she was an amazing chair. And they're so full of hope and so full of life. And since that day, unfortunately, we have lost Harumia. And it is a great loss, and we are so proud to honor her here tonight. And it all circles around to being called to action once again. And Kipenzi has felt called in the past and feels called every single day to act. She's so incredible, and we are so proud of her and her sister. And so here are both of them to tell you their story of how they came to be involved in Huntington's and how they are facing it now. So here we go. Kipenzi, take it away.
Hi, my name is Kipenzi Chidima.
Hi, my name is Marjani Chidima.
And we are here because our mama, Harumia Chidima, is one of the honorees this year for the 6th annual HDSA Freeze.
Yes. HD has been a part of our family for quite some time. The first person that we are aware of who was diagnosed with Huntington's disease is our grandfather, James Bailey. We've also had our 2 aunts who have been diagnosed, and of course our mother, Harumia Chidima, who was diagnosed with Huntington's disease, and she passed this past December. So we are always eager to participate in this event and bring awareness to Huntington's disease. We want to further the research and the fight to make sure that other families hopefully don't have to have the experience of Huntington's. So that's our overall goal.
We want to help find a cure for Huntington's, as well as help those who have Huntington's not just live with it, but really thrive. Because I can say in our experience, our mama, a few years ago, she discussed, how she wanted her ceremony to be, and she was adamant about not wanting a funeral, not wanting us to be sad.
She wanted us to celebrate her life, I think, right?
Yeah, she wanted us to celebrate her life. And I think for us, she always looked at passing as a celebration, because she said it was, meaning that she had a good life. And she told us often that she was, happy.
I think for our mother, we always want to honor her. We want to, of course, remember her because she was such an important part of our lives. Of course, we've had her our whole lives, and all of a sudden she's, gone. So that's a hard transition. But I think, with a lot of the support services, the doctors who we've had the honor to work with over the years, while my mother battled Huntington's. She was definitely a fighter. She was definitely a fighter. She has so much energy and life.
Spirit. And she really taught us how to be positive and respectful, as well as, embracing the change. And I look at Huntington's disease as being a change, not necessarily good, not good, but not anything bad, in that we learned so much. We learned patience, we learned perseverance. We learned to cherish.
I think grace from her, because she was just so amazing as she just carried herself in such a major, beautiful way as the disease, right? As she went through the disease and it progressed. And I think she cultivated such a sound environment for us, where we had so much support, family support, community support. She didn't shy away from having discussions with us or conversations, which was amazing. I think for me, I miss the most her hugs, her kisses.
I miss her jokes.
Yes, she was so funny.
She would, even during this, she would always joke about when I was, when I'd be making my protein shakes, she would just kind of joke about, yo, baby, let me shake it. I'm always shaking.
So I think, for us, it's such an honor to be a part of this organization, to continue the fight and bring awareness to Huntington's. We want to make sure that, all families are supported, and all families have a community, have a voice, and most importantly, know that there are people that they can speak to, that they're not alone in this experience. And it's really, really important that, you have outlets, whether it's therapy or counseling sessions, group therapy, dancing. We had dance parties with my mom all the time.
Movie night. She liked horror movies were her faves. I would say one of the greatest things for me was starting my business. I started a company called Lineage, and I created the HDSA collection, where I donate 100% of the profits to HD and to the fight to find a cure. And this time I'm donating a bag this year, as always. It's called the Kate. There's a link. It should be here or here. It's somewhere in the bid, but click on it. Somewhere.
Please click.
Vote on or bid on several, bid on all the items.
Yes, please.
And just be kind to yourself. Be kind, just in general, to HD families, because we're going through a lot, and just be kind as a whole to just everyone. And
we love you.
We love you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, 'cause no one will love you as you are. But won't let them break me down to dust, 'cause I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood to drown them out. I am brave and bruised, I'm who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching under the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. We'll fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shape sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and we're reaching for the sun. We are warriors, yeah, that's what we've become. Won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood to drown them out. I am brave and bruised, and I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on at the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood to drown them out. I'm brave, I'm bruised, I'm who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm brave, I'm bruised, I'm who I'm meant to be. This is me. And I know that I deserve your love. There's nothing I'm not worthy of. Yeah, this is me.
Oh my gosh. Kepenzi and Shoshana back to back right there. I gotta tell you guys, I am wholly emotional right now. The spirit from both of them just pouring out, and it's just so incredible. The grace, the strength, the hope. This is me. We're going to rise against this. This is going to be incredible. And tonight we are doing that as a community. We are here. We are strong. We are fighting together every single day. More people join us. The sense of community out there right now. I see you. Trust me, I see you guys in the chat. I see all the comments in between here. And I feel so much love. And I want to thank every single one of you. I mean, talk about community, right? You know, a couple years ago, Kepenzi shows up, she meets Kate, and then 2 years later, in her line of handbags, this is called the Kate. and it's up for auction tonight, but it's called The Kate, and it's named after Kate Miner. And that's what happens. We get together, and we talk, and we support each other, and we have so much love. So trust me, I see you guys out there. I saw you ask, somebody asked what I was drinking tonight. This is a Bullet and Coke. It felt like a bourbon night tonight for me, and I see a lot of you guys out there talking. I want to let you know that if you want to ask more questions or you want to talk to Jason Ritter, I know he's hashing it out in the chat room right now, or Mariana or Kate. We're all going to be at the Zoom after party. A $50 donation gets you into the VIP after party. We're all going to be there on Zoom. We're going to have live music, and we are going to have an incredibly funny, incredibly charismatic man, Rodman, winner of Last Comic Standing. He is going to be hosting that after party. He is a new member of our community who just recently found out that Huntington's is a part of his family. We're going to hear from him in a couple of minutes and hear his story. But first, we're going to get into something that is, it's tough. We're going to hear from E.J. Garner, the HDSA's chair of the HDSA's National Board of Trustees. And EJ is going to discuss something that doesn't get talked about a whole lot, but is really the reason we're fighting so hard for a cure. We're going to be talking about juvenile Huntington's disease and how JHD affects children so much more rapidly than adults with its onset. So here we go. EJ, please take it away.
Hi, I'm E.J. Garner, coming to you from my home in Olympia, Washington. In addition to serving as the current chair of the HDSA National Board of Trustees, I'm also a family member fighting this terrible disease. My story may be like many of yours. I'm a woman who lost a spouse, a mother who lost a son, and a grandmother who lost a grandson to this disease. I also have twin 16-year-old granddaughters who are at risk. And like many of you, I wonder, what can I do to help those living with HD and how to put an end to this terrible disease? I married into a family with HD in 1970. At the time, my husband wasn't aware of it, and no one in the family had spoken of it. Besides, we were young, in love, and our son Scott was on the way. About 5 years later, a family member told us that Doug's mom had died from a disease called Huntington's disease. And oh yeah, that it is hereditary. This news hung over our heads, but we continued living our lives, not realizing what the impact really meant and how devastating this news would impact our lives in the future. By 1981, Doug and I divorced, but he was a great father, had a good job, and enjoyed taking Scott out for outdoor activities like bike riding, snow skiing, and beach volleyball. But when he started to slur his words, he stumbled a lot when he came to pick up our son. I became concerned he'd been drinking. It was only later that I learned more about Huntington's disease and recognized its symptoms. By 1994, Doug was diagnosed with HD, and he passed away in 2002 at the age of 52. By then, Scott had already married and had 3 children of his own. Then he began showing signs of HD. In 2006, he tested positive. Scott passed away in January 2015 at age 44. By then, Scott had a son, and he's also my grandson. He was also diagnosed with HD gene. Matthew had a form of juvenile HD. He passed away May 2008 at just age 6. As I mentioned earlier, I have twin granddaughters who are at risk. One is in high school and plays on the basketball team. The other is active in theater and dance. And they're also getting ready to get their driver's licenses. So you could say that they are what drive me now. When my son was first diagnosed in 2006, I felt helpless. I'm not a doctor, scientist, or researcher. So what could I do? In my research for information, it brought me to HDSA. Its mission is to improve awareness of this rare disease and to raise funds to help provide for families through the centers of excellence, such as support groups, social workers, and of course, research and clinical trials. I went to my first Team Hope Walk in 2006 and was embraced by the HD community. This is when I found the answer to how I can help. When I lived in Southern California, I was a volunteer with the HDSA Orange County chapter for over 10 years. Then we moved to Olympia to be closer to our daughter-in-law and granddaughters. Now I'm a volunteer with the Washington State chapter. And of course, I'm honored to be on the HDSA National Board of Trustees since 2016. I'll continue to volunteer and be involved with HDSA until all our dreams come true, which is a cure. Fortunately, there's never been a better time for hope than now. With the current research and clinical trials going on, we're on the cusp of discoveries that can lead to effective treatments and perhaps the ultimate goal, a cure for Huntington's disease. Until then, I'll be here as an HDSA volunteer, raising money and telling everyone and anyone who will listen to our HD family stories. Thank you for participating tonight. Your support is greatly appreciated by my family and the entire HD community. Enjoy the evening and be sure to place bids on several of the wonderful silent auction items available. Thank you and good night.
Hi, I'm Courtney Friel, and thank you so much for supporting the 6th annual Freeze HD event. My Aunt Holly died of Huntington's disease, so I really thank you for supporting HD families.
Hello, my name is Rod Man, and thank you for allowing me to be a presenter at the 6th annual HD Freeze virtual. This is my first time at the HD Freeze. I would love to be there in person, but none of us is there in person, people. So we got to do it virtually, but that don't stop the show. So we must have a virtual Freeze edition, and this is the edition, and I'm gonna do my part to add a little flavor and also bring a little bit more awareness and tell you my personal story. My personal story to HD is started with my grandmother. My grandmother was diagnosed with cerebral palsy years ago. This back in probably the 60s or the 70s before, the doctors in her hometown. She grew up in a small town called Villa Rica, Georgia. So only one doctor, they diagnosed her with cerebral palsy. But years later, we found out that she had Huntington's disease. Now, my grandmama has passed away and went on to be with the Lord, as they say in the South, the Lord. But it's still, HD is still affecting my family, and it starts with me personally. My mom has HD. She was diagnosed in 2016, and I have several aunts that also are diagnosed with HD, and I just found I have a cousin, all females now, and I just found out that I have a cousin, another cousin who's a male, young 40s, just been diagnosed with HD. So it's definitely is affecting my family at a huge level, and I want to bring awareness, find out more information, and help raise the consciousness and raise funds if we can. To do my part, and also much love to all the caretakers out there, because once a family member is diagnosed with this disease, it's the whole family's diagnosed. Because my sister is the #1 caretaker in our family, and it's definitely affected her life too. So it's like she has HD too, because she got to go through it with my mom, and I had to do my part, but I'm not in the house with my mom every day. But so shout out to all the caretakers. We are definitely uplifting you in this event at all times. Do so. Enjoy this virtual event. Be safe out there. Love on your family, and let's get through this pandemic so I can see y'all in person next year.
And there you have it, Rod Man, going to be hosting tonight, and a new member of our force against Huntington's disease. Joining the fight, joining the fray, and I thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for stepping up, man. And anybody that wants to come in, again, we've got trivia, we've got some games, we've got a $100 gift card to Amazon that we're going to be handing out. We're going to have live music. We're going to be on Zoom with Mariana and Kate and myself and Jason, of course. And that's just a $50 donation. And speaking of donations, I have to say, this guy never ceases to amaze me. My dear friend, Jason Ritter, just dropped $2,500, a $2,500 donation. If anybody is out there is willing to match it, man, Steph, oh man, that would be amazing. And we'll talk more about this, and we'll wrap about it after this. You know, we have a lot of friends out there, and some of our sponsors tonight, our friend of the free sponsors, I wanted to make sure also get a shout out. Blake and Jenny Kohler-Dark and Carly Ritter, of course, Brillstein Entertainment Partners, and NRE Commercial Real Estate and Fidelity National Title. Thank you all so much. Cheers to you, friends. And speaking of a dear friend, here comes one of our host committee members from last year, Rachel McAdams, from her closet. Take it away, Rachel.
Good evening, all you fine ladies and gentlemen who are tuning in to the 6th annual Freeze HD fundraising event and the first online virtual auction. My name is Rachel McAdams, and I am coming to you from my dressing closet with where my auction items currently live, but hopefully not for much longer. I have here a poster of a Mean Girls poster of every outfit Regina George wore in the film, including her lacrosse outfit and her prom headgear. So I will happily sign this to anyone from myself, or I can sign someone else's name if you'd like, but that is one of the items, and the other one that I'm throwing in as a bonus is a t-shirt, a Mean Girls t-shirt with the character of Damien on it that says, "She doesn't even go here," a line from the film. So, I hope these can find a lovely home. I will also sign the t-shirt if you'd like, and we'll send that your way. So thank you so much for coming out for this event. It's an extraordinary thing to be a part of. I was a part of it last year as well, and it's something where, you know, a cure is actually possible and on the horizon. So anything you can give today will make an incredible difference. So go forth, bid well, and be well. Good night.
Hi, I'm Gentile.
And I'm Jessica. We are so honored to be here with you tonight.
The first time we heard about HD was actually through my nephew's wife, Kate Miner. About 5 years ago, she and her beautiful family found out that they had the HD gene in their family. And since that time, we've learned so much about the disease and all the horrible symptoms that go with it. And we've been so motivated and inspired to help in any way we can for them and for the rest of the HD community. My husband and I are owners of Bel Air Internet, and we have been so honored to be sponsors and supporters of HD Freeze for the past 5 years and the HDSA community as a whole.
So like my mom said, we are big supporters. You might have seen me at some of the past Freeze HDs or recognize me as that girl who fainted at the 2nd annual Freeze HD. Sorry about that. I'm also a author and a screenwriter. And our family's most recent effort to fight HD is that I have written a book entitled Fade into the Bright, which will be published by Penguin Random House early next year, and in which the main character and her family are affected by Huntington's disease. So in addition to telling what I hope is a compelling story and a realistic journey of a family affected by HD, my larger goal in writing this book was really to shine a spotlight on Huntington's disease, both for the families that are going through it so they can read a story that maybe they can hopefully relate to in some small way, but also for people who have never heard of the disease before. A lot of times people don't even know what HD is. And even my mom and I, before we knew Kate's family was affected by it, we didn't know much about it at all. So my hope is that in broadening the awareness of HD, we're also able to broaden that support for the HD community in the future. So tonight I am happy to be offering up an auction item. It is a 1-hour Zoom room writer session with myself, as well as an advanced signed copy of my new book, Fade into the Bright.
This is the prize that you should be bidding on, all you aspiring writers out there. Or maybe even if you know an aspiring writer, you might have one living on your couch or in your basement right now. Jessica is the real deal. She has done so much. She has sold over 20 film and television projects, including television series with Eva Longoria, Jennifer Garner, recently Stan Lee before he passed away. She's also the author of a Georgetown Academy book series and a YA thriller called The Lost Causes, which is excellent. And now she's got this new one coming out, as she said, Fade into the Bright. And that's the one that she will sign for you.
So whether you have a piece of written material and you'd like some feedback on it, or you've always wanted to write a book or a movie and you just don't know where to start, or if you want some real life advice about how to get a literary agent, or how to reach out to a publisher, what any of the behind the scenes kind of business intel is, I'm happy to provide it to our auction winner. So go ahead. Bidding is open. You can
bid now. It's a win-win. You're going to get some great advice. You're going to be helping the HD community. Got to do it. Thank you for listening to us.
Thank you guys so much, and have a great evening.
Thank you so much, Genty. You want to talk about just a champion on our side every single year. She's the one, man. And thank you so much, Jessica, too, for your generosity. Jessica has a Zoom call up for auction, a screenwriter's Zoom call. So make sure you find that and you look it up. We have a lot of great physical items out here tonight. I mean, we have everything from portable game systems to beautiful artwork to signed posters and sports memorabilia. But we have Zoom calls with some people that everyone out there is waiting for. Like we have a Zoom call with the Shameless cast. Not one, but two. We have Zoom calls with the Heart of Dixie cast with Wilson Bethel and myself and Rachel Bilson. And Wilson will come up in a little bit and he'll tell you about it too. We've got a Zoom call with Captain Price himself from Call of Duty if we got any gamers out there. I think I'm forgetting. No, I think that's all the Zoom calls. We don't have any other Zoom calls. Oh, no, that's right. We have one with Taylor Kitsch, Tim Riggins himself, and me, Jason Street. And in that Zoom call, we will send you a signed 33 jersey for Timmy Riggins and a size 6 jersey, a signed 6 jersey from me. And yeah, that does it for all the Zoom calls. Oh, wait. No, there is one more. I hear there's been a lot of requesting of this hat being put on. We have a Zoom call with Lucifer himself, Tom Ellis, moderated by me, actual new cast member of Lucifer for season 6. Him and I are old friends, and Tom is one of the most generous souls. I know he has a lot of fans out there. I'm sure a lot of people are screaming in their living room. So here, without any further ado, Tom Ellis to talk about his auction item up for grabs this year. Take it away, Tom.
Hello, you lovely, lovely people. It's Tom Ellis here, and thank you for being part of this, the 6th annual Freeze HD event, raising money for the Huntington's Disease Society of America, which helps support families affected by Huntington's disease and help fight Huntington's disease itself. Now, I've got involved with this because of my dear friend Scott Porter and his lovely wife Kelsey, who I met actually about 12 years ago when they first started dating, and Scott and I were doing a little pilot for a TV show in Prague. It never saw the light of day. Anyway, on that bombshell, what can we offer this year as an auction prize? Well, last year we were able to offer a set visit for Lucifer, and we were able to raise a stupid amount of money. I couldn't believe people wanted to come to my work and pay that amount of money. Well, unfortunately, because of COVID and everything being virtual this year, we can't offer a set visit, but what we can do is I'm going to do a half-hour Zoom call with you and 2 friends of your choice, and it's going to be hosted by the wonderful Scott Porter. So not only that, I am going to throw into the bargain one of these. No, in fact, 2 of these. I'm going to give you 2 very exclusive cast and crew Lucifer caps. One is going to be signed and one that you can wear. Now, I designed these for our cast and crew last season, and there are only a very limited amount of these caps, so you will be part of a very exclusive club. And not only that, I'm going to throw in a signed Lucifer script as well. So, can we get anywhere near the money we got last year? Please, 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 if you want to bid on this auction item or any other auction item, or find out more about Freeze HD, or in fact the Huntington's Disease Society of America, then go to hdsa.org/freeze. Let me say that again. hdsa.org/freeze HD. hdsa.org/freeze HD to bid on these items and any other items that you might be interested in. I know there's some Heart of Dixie stuff in there. So anyway, listen, I know it's difficult at the moment, and I know everyone is wondering how the world is going to be, but there are ongoing causes all the time in this world, and if you can spare anything at all, please go to the website, make a bid, and make us happy.
Okay. Hey, I'm Leslie Powell. Thank you so much for being here. This is the 6th year of Freeze HD, and it's been such a success so far. I had the privilege of coming on board last year to support Kelsey and Scott Porter, who have easily become two of my favorite people in the world. And as I watched last year, I was blown away by the love and support of everyone in that room. And I was also blown away by the love of Scott and Kelsey. And I wrote this song. It basically is the epitome of their relationship and the love that they share. And it's called Never Get Used to You. So here it goes.
Be the lucky one to wake up next to you. A million times around the sun, and I still say I do. You got me dropping, 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 falling hard over you. Falling, dropping like a stone in water for you. Let's never grow up, we'll never grow cold. Wanna get altered with you. We'll never fall out, we'll never cave in. Wanna get closer with you. I found the moment's magic, now it's my whole life. I'll never let go, forever's too soon. I'll never get used to you. Kiss me for 1,000 years until the sun goes black. And if the whole world disappears, well, I'd be fine with that. You got me dropping, 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 falling hard over you. I'm falling, dropping like a stone in water for you. Let's never grow up, we'll never grow cold. Wanna get altered with you. We'll never fall out, we'll never cave in. Wanna get closer with you. I found the moment's magic, now it's my whole life. I'll never let go, forever's too soon. I'll never get used to you. Ooh, ooh. Let's never grow up, we'll never grow cold. Wanna get altered with you. We'll never fall out, found the moment's magic. Now it's my whole life. Never let go, forever still some. I never get used to you. Oh, I never get used to you. I never get used to you.
Thank you so much, Leslie. And thank you, Tom. I saw someone ask the question, can we get Tom to read Goodnight Moon for us all? If you win the Zoom, you can get him to do whatever you want. And I think he said up to 3 friends. So I think, yeah, y'all can each pick a nursery book, and we can just read. I've got a ton. I've got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. I've got books galore in the house. I'll take them all over to Tom. Leslie, that song is so beautiful and so perfect, and the sentiment behind it. Waterworks for me. Leslie was a new member of our extended family last year. She joined us and was on stage at the Avalon in Hollywood last year in what was just such a rewarding and incredible night. Last year, as Kelsey and I joined as true chairs for the first time, and really got involved to a high level, we had to do a video, and we had to talk about the impacts of Huntington's on our family. And we realized that it's not just our immediate family that is helping us fight this and get through this. It is so many others. When we first found out that Kelsey was positive for the Huntington's gene, her first words were, "I want to be a mom as quickly and as long as I can." And we started our family, and along the way we have found so many more family members. So please watch this next video, which is all about the Porter family and how we have approached Huntington's disease and what our journey's all about.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Porter.
And I'm Scott Porter.
And this is our story. So we found out in 2013 that my mom had been diagnosed with Huntington's disease. We'd never heard of Huntington's before that, not even a mention. And they sat us down at Christmas and told myself and my sister and Scott and my brother-in-law that she had been diagnosed with Huntington's disease, and this meant that my sister and I were both at risk for inheriting the gene as well. To be told that your mom has a fatal genetic disease, there's no words to describe that moment. I will forever remember that night. I immediately knew that I wanted to be tested. I wanted to know if I had the Huntington's gene and what that meant for us moving forward to try and start a family. So we went to UCLA, we did the counseling, and a few months later we found out that I do in fact have the Huntington's gene. And I will at some point in my life experience all of the symptoms that comes along with that.
You know, we found out right after we had been married. Not even a year. And at that point we had been together for quite some time. I didn't ask her to marry me soon enough. But when you get married, you have this plan. You know, a couple years, just enjoy being married. And then maybe the thought of kids. But that was all taken from us in an instant. Kelsey's first thought was family. Family is at the core of both of us as people. It's why, a big reason why we fell in love was because her family meant so much to her and mine means so much to me. And her first thought wasn't about her, it was about our family. And she looked at me and said, I need to find out how we can have kids because I want to be a mother for as long as I can be.
We endured months shots,
Not we.
hormones,
Not we.
to
Her.
do something called PGD IVF.
It was long months of sacrifice for her. PGD IVF isn't easy. No form of IVF is easy, but we had some measure of assurance just knowing that on the other side of it, when we did have children, they would be free of Huntington's, that HD would be eradicated as far as our branch of the family tree went. We're lucky.
Because we did PGD IVF, because we went through that arduous process, we now have two amazingly rambunctious, lovely children who are completely free of HD.
We take a lot of solace in knowing that our kids will never have to personally deal with the effects of HD. But I know unless things change, eventually I might have to sit my son and daughter down and talk to them about what their mother may go through someday. I hope that day never comes. I hope I never have to explain what's happening to mommy.
Since knowing that I am gene positive and I do have Huntington's, it's changed our life. It's always there, looming in the background, knowing that at some point I will go down that path. Unless something changes. Unless there's a cure.
Where you find hope is a very personal thing. For us, it was through our children. Healthy children. They bring us strength. They allowed us to get involved in the fight. They allowed us to join the family that is getting together to try and defeat this thing once and for all, while also lifting each other up and caring for each other on a day-to-day basis. We're not just attempting to find a cure tonight with this money. Through giving and generosity tonight, together we can fight this thing. Together we can spread awareness. Together we can support each other. And together we have hope.
Whether your family is affected by Huntington's disease or you're a friend of the cause, by being here tonight, you're a part of the movement. You're a part of our family.
It's a pretty good family to be in.
I'm a part of the family.
I'm in the family.
I'm part of the family.
We're a part of the family.
I'm part of the family.
I'm a part of the family.
I'm a part of the family.
I'm part of the family.
We're a part of the family. I'm a part of the family.
We're part of the family.
I'm part of the family.
We're a part of the family.
I am a part of the family.
We are part of the family.
We are a part of the
family.
I'm part of the family.
I'm a part of the family.
I'm part of the family.
I'm with the family.
I'm part of the family.
I'm a part of the family.
We're a part of the family.
I'm part of the family.
I'm a part of the family.
I'm a part of the family. I'm a part of the family.
I'm part of the family.
I'm a part of the family. So is she. That's Pia.
I am part of the family.
I'm a part of the family.
I'm a part of the family.
I'm part of the family.
I am part of the family.
I'm a part of the family.
I'm a part of the family.
I'm a part of the family.
I'm part of the family.
I'm a part of the family.
I'm 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 a Texas part of the family.
I am part of the family.
Thanks for being a part of our family.
Hey y'all, Kelsey Porter here. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone who has donated, bid on items, and worked so hard to make the 2020 Freeze such a success. As you just saw, Huntington's is a huge part of my family, as both my mom and I have it. And what a relief it is to know that so many people in this world are interested in helping the HDSA provide needed services and research for a treatment. In this year of uncertainty and the unprecedented global challenge it has given us, your help gives me hope, so much hope for our future. It gives me hope for all the people currently living with HD, and it gives me hope that my future can be different. Let's finish the evening strong. Go look at some amazing auction items and get your bids in. Do you want a Zoom call with my husband and the Heart of Dixie cast? Go bid on it. Do you want to own an autographed Friday Night Lights jersey? Go buy it. And next year, hopefully, I'll be seeing you in person.
First and foremost, thank you so much to everyone out there tonight that's watching and hanging out with us, and we just wanted to feel like you do in your living rooms, cozy in our little Barefoot Dreams blankets. Kelsey obviously needed a drink after the video package there.
Kids drink.
No, we just want to thank you so much for being a part of our family and a part of this cause and doing everything that is needed to help every family as they find hope in different ways and find ways to conquer every day HD. We want everybody out there to stay strong and stay involved. If you want to learn more about Huntington's disease, please visit hdsa.org. Or if you want to know everything that's happening in the research and science world and all of the great lengths that we are going to defeat this thing once and for all, you go to HD Buzz. And when you go to HD Buzz, you also go to a man who is known as the rock star of the Huntington's disease world, and his name is Dr. Ed Wild. Sorry, babe. I'm embarrassing her. Take it away, Ed.
Hi, everyone. My name's Professor Ed Wild. I work at University College London, where I am Associate Director of the Huntington's Disease Centre. I'm actually technically not Professor Ed Wild for another 2 weeks. I just got promoted, but I feel like it's okay for me to flex into the title. It's been publicly announced. I'm wearing a tweed jacket. I feel like it's okay. You may know me better as the co-founder of HD Buzz. Jeff Carroll and I founded HD Buzz a little over 10 years ago as the first dedicated internet platform for disseminating Huntington's disease research news for the global HD community. You may also remember me as the guy who came to the Freeze HD event in 2016, and Jeff and I gave a brief talk at that event, which was awesome. I vividly remember being the person who made Annette Benning laugh more than anyone else. So that's important. So why am I here now? I wish, so this is London behind me. I wish I was in LA. I had planned to attend the event in person this year, but unfortunately it was not to be for anyone this year. Hopefully next year, times will be better and things will be different. We certainly know that this is a community that can overcome whatever obstacle is put in its path and can pull together and make the best of a bad situation. More broadly speaking, this is a critical time in the Huntington's disease community because we are testing drugs now on a wide scale that have real potential to make a difference to the future for people impacted by HD. In 2016, I talked about how 1 year previously, I had given the first injection of a drug that was then called HTTRX. It's now called tominersen, and it changed its name because it's in the first ever phase 3 trial of a drug that lowers production of the mutant Huntington protein. That protein is the cause of Huntington's disease, and we know that this drug, which is a drug made from designer DNA, we inject it into the spinal fluid, and we know that that drug lowers production of the harmful protein that causes the disease. We don't yet know whether doing that will slow the progression of Huntington's disease, but that's what the current phase 3 trial is all about. And that's a trial that I'm heavily involved in. And we hope to have results from that trial within a couple of years. that it's progressing very nicely and exactly according to schedule, despite the COVID pandemic. That is only one of over a dozen attempts that are currently being made to lower production of the mutant protein. About 2 months ago, we heard that the first patient had been treated in the first ever gene therapy trial for Huntington's disease, where a virus, a good virus, is injected directly into the brain of a Huntington's disease patient to turn the brain into a factory for a similar molecule that again lowers production of the Huntington protein, but will hopefully do so in an ongoing way, so that would be a single treatment that would dramatically alter the life of the person who receives it. I don't know whether that will work. I don't know whether the other trial will work, but I do know that these are only two of about 12 or more treatments that are either about to be tested in people or are currently being tested in people. What has this got to do with HD Buzz? Well, if we're asking people to do new things like undergo brain surgery or have injections into the spine of new designer drugs, we really need an HD population, an HD community that understands what it is that they're being asked to do. And that begins with understanding the science that's happening. Our job at HD Buzz is to take people from zero to heroes, HD research heroes. We want to create a community that understands the disease, is not afraid to talk about it, not afraid to face it, not afraid to get involved in whatever way they can with the research attempts that the whole global scientific community is making to tackle this disease. So it's a really exciting time for research and for drug trials. It's a really pivotal time for HD Buzz. Jeff and I are older than we used to be, and a big focus for us has been bringing in new blood into HD Buzz, new writers, new editors, new translators. The feedback that we get tells us that we're still reaching new people every day and helping them to understand what this disease is and how we can all fight it together. And in order to do that, the support of Freeze HD over the past few years has been absolutely pivotal. It is a partnership that we would have been lost without, and we would have been in a very different situation in regards to the future planning for how we can reach even more people through HD Buzz. So thank you for everything that Freeze HD has done. Thank you for being involved in today's event. I hope you have a great time. I hope that we can meet in person and share a drink together and hug like we used to, or hug in a different way, 2 meters apart, waving at each other. Future, one way or another, will be better, and the future, this is the future that we will create together as a global HD community. So thank you once again, and I hope to see you all again soon.
Oh man, this was exciting. I forgot to say something. I apologize. I was a little bit in my feels when we were sitting on the couch, just Kelsey and I, after the Porter family package, and I forgot to tell everyone that the auction was going to be ending before that video package with Dr. Ed Wild was going to be done. But I guess chat picked it up and ran with it, and I can announce now that we are over $107,000 for the auction. I have to say thank you to everyone out there. Celebrate good times, come on! I mean, this is crazy. The money that you guys were bidding on this stuff with, it's so filled with love and so filled with heart. I absolutely adore every single one of you. These next two videos are from two of my dearest friends in the world, and they are talking about their auction items, which a lot of people out there have already lost, and the lucky few have won. But our poor guitarist for tonight, Matt, he really wanted that Neil Gaiman book. So whoever stole that from him, I'm so sorry. He might not even be here with us for the final song tonight. But I wanted to say thank you so much to all of you. I wanted to say thank you so much to these next three dear friends of mine. Wilson Bethel, you know him from Heart of Dixie, Wade Kinsella. And then my fellow Cornhusker, Jalen Moore and his wife, Brittany. So here to chat again, be a part of the event again this year, and to give so generously. Here is Wilson Bethel and Jalen and Britt.
Hey y'all, my name is Wilson Bethel. Thank you so much for being with us here tonight. Very, very special event. 6th annual Freeze HD fundraiser and benefit. Look, obviously we wish we could all be in a room together. I was at last year's event and it was a pretty magical thing, pretty magical feeling in that room. Got to see some incredible performances and see a lot of friends and generate a lot of cash, let's be honest, for this cause. But this year we're doing it virtually, which in some ways isn't ideal and in other ways is, because that means we can include people from all over the world. And we got a lot of incredible performances tonight. Got Scott Porter hosting this bad bear, and of course we got a lot of great auction items, not the least of which is a Heart of Dixie reunion, happy hour, Zoom call. We're gonna be getting twisted together on Zoom. I might get very drunk. Scott likely will get drunk. Rachel might get drunk. We'll have some special guests in the house. We're gonna talk all things Heart of Dixie and whatever else you want. You've got life questions, I'm gonna answer them. Scott's gonna answer them. Rachel's up for it. But basically we're just gonna have a good old time, man. And we want you to be part of it. So please bid on this auction item. Bid on whatever else, man. There's a lot of great stuff here. Open up your hearts, your pocketbooks, and let's make this thing happen. This is a really great cause. I remember I was actually working with Scott on the day that he found out that Kelsey was carrying the Huntington's gene, and that of course was a really monumental day in his life, and as a dear friend of his, was a monumental day in mine, and it brought a lot of things into tighter focus for me. And of course, watching them kind of develop over the course of this journey and seeing how much strength and perseverance they have has been incredibly inspiring to me. And I just imagine that same journey told countless times over in families throughout this country and across the world as they deal with this disease. And man, if that doesn't give you a reason to come have drinks with the Heart of Dixie cast, I don't know what does. So again, please bid on our item. If you're not already there, you can go to hdsa.org/bid. That's where all the magic happens. Go crazy. Christmas? What? You don't need Christmas presents. Spend a little more. Come on now. All right. I'm going to leave it there, but yeah, have a great rest of the night. Bid on everything, and hope to see you soon on the other end of a Zoom call. Peace.
Hello, everyone. This is Jalen Moore and my wife, Brittany Sarkissian.
Hello. This is such a fabulous event. Obviously, we all wish we could be there in person right now, but it's really amazing to see how we can still all come together as a community virtually in support of HD, which is such a dear cause, a very close cause to Jalen and myself. We got involved with the Huntington's Disease Association because of our dear friend Kelsey Porter, who is one of my best friends. I remember when Kelsey got diagnosed, it was right after Christmas, and she found out that her mother had this disease. And then I remember Kelsey telling me about it and me not knowing anything about it. And my mother has MS, so I'm very familiar with, autoimmune diseases and stuff like that. But the fact that I had never even heard of Huntington's was a shock to me. And then learning more about the condition and how scary it was that her mother had it, to only find out that there was a 50-50 chance that Kelsey had it. Having witnessed this journey from the beginning, became very, very passionate about Huntington's disease and however we could help. Because it's not just a disease that affects one person, it's a disease that affects a family for generations. So for those of you watching out there, if you can, find a little room in your bank account to donate or to bid. We have some amazing, amazing charity items, auction items. One of them.
A cool auction item that we were able to bring in is from a very dear friend of mine named Barry Sloan, who plays Captain Price in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So for all you gamers out there, I know there are a lot of you, the highest bidder will receive a Zoom call from Captain Price, which I might video bomb and be like, yo, what's up? I totally want to, but no. With that said, thank you again for being here on this special evening for the whole HD community and all these families, and for everyone and showing your love, showing your support. Please put those bids in and get some cool auction items. I just want to show off this shirt because it's my Superman shirt. Family is everything. It's for the HDSA. And much love to you all. Back to you, Scott.
I know we're running a little bit behind tonight, but I have to take a moment here and I have to say thank you so much to everybody out there. Everybody who has jumped in here and put in a bid, whether you won or lost. Everybody who has donated $1 even. Everything is going to such a great cause. And now I have to say thank you to Britt and Jay and Wilson Bethel for their work and their dedication and their donation. And this next group of guys are some of my oldest and dearest friends. I have been a roommate, a stage mate, a band mate with these 5 gentlemen. We recorded a little something special for you all. Get ready to hear Come Together by the Beatles in a way that you have never heard before. I owe these guys a lot. I owe them some cash after tonight. What they do is incredible. And I wish you guys could have heard them before the auction ended, but that's fine. You guys are going to love them, and you're going to follow them forever after you hear the wonderful sounds of Edge Effect. So here, one of the men who stood next to me at my wedding, one of my oldest friends. I love you so much, Sean. Sean Garrity, take it away.
Hey everybody, this is Sean Garrity from The Edge Effect, and we are really happy to be a part of Freeze HD with our good buddy Scott Porter. Now, Scott used to be a roommate, a bandmate, and he is a forever friend of many of the members of The Edge Effect. And so when he reached out and asked to sing a song with us, we were over the moon, and we know that this is something that hits close to home for Scott with Kelsey. So we love them both, and we are really happy to be a part of this event with you all tonight. So stay tuned.
Top, he come grooving up slowly. He got juju eyeball. He won holy roller. He got hair down to his knees. Got to be a joker. He just do what he please. Oh yeah. Come on, come on. Woo-hoo. He wear no shoe shine, he got Georgia football, he got monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola, he said, I know you, and you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together, right now, over me.
All right, you guys saw the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You know what the Edge Effect can do. And right now, in the spirit of raising some serious money, we have an auction item for you guys. My lucky number 193. That is our auction item. Here's what we have for you guys. Are you ready? Any song you want. Choose a song for yourself. It could be a dedication. Pick any tune in the world that you want. You let us know. We will do a custom arrangement for you. We will record it right here in our studio. We will mix it. We will master it. We will get it sent out to you. And who knows, you might even get a video along the way. All right? So dig deep into those pockets. Let's raise some money and let's kick Huntington's disease's butt. All right?
Thank you so much, Sean, and thank you so much to the Edge Effect. I hope you guys love that. I mean, those guys are so incredibly talented. Not a single piece of that whole song was made by anything other than the human voice. And they are infinitely talented, and they are my brothers for life, and I thank them all so very much. Troy and Danny and John and Carl, and most especially Sean. I love you guys, man. What an incredible evening tonight. Up over, I think it was $170,000 at last count that we have made in the mission to support families with Huntington's disease and to fight the thing at the ground level. We're going to knock this out, and we're all going to do it together as a community full of love and full of life and full of hope. You heard so many stories here tonight from so many people, and I hope that you stick with us. I hope that you stick around. I hope you become part of our family forever until this thing is eradicated. I want to thank the people that made this possible tonight for us to get off the ground and have this amazing night for you, our sponsors, our gold sponsors, Unique Cure, Genentech, Neurocrin, our silver sponsors, Bel Air Internet, Marin Foods, Wave Life Sciences, our bronze sponsors of Fake Empire, Keys Real Estate, and Temple Hill. Of course, our bar sponsors, Warner Brothers Games and Phil and Tamar Cousset, and After Hours Theater Company, Jessica and Tammy Kane. Love you, Jay Kane. 12 Rivers Realty, Netflix, and of course the friends of the Freeze, Blake and Jenny Kohler-Dark, and Carly Ritter. Carly, you are a wonder. Thank you so much. Brillstein Entertainment Partners, NRE Commercial Real Estate, and Fidelity National Title. And most importantly, I want to thank everybody out there that has joined us tonight, that has taken part in this, that has helped us build this. We are a small team, about 12 people working on this thing. That's it. And we need your help, and you came out in full force tonight, and you are helping us. As we go off into this night, just celebrate everything that we did tonight. By the time this song is done, we will be going to the after party. Anybody who gave a donation of $50, we will see you there. Rod Mann is hosting, and yeah, let's travel down this road, baby. Let's go.
Round of applause at home for the incredible Scott Porter. Someone's got to say it.
No, come on. Woo!
1, 2, 3. Life's like a road you travel on. There's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door. The blues won't haunt you anymore. With brave are free and love restore. Come riding me to the distant shore. We won't hesitate to break down the garden gate. There's not much time left today. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Yeah.
There are all these cities and all these towns. It's in my blood and it's all around. I love you now like I loved you then. This is the road and these are the hands.
From Mozambique to this Memphis nights, Cabo past the Vancouver lights. Knock me down and back up again. You're in my blood, I'm not a lonely man. There's no load I can't hold. The roads are rough and this I know. Knock me down and back up again. Hell, we're survivors. I wanna ride it all night long. Woo! If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Well, life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. There was a distance between you and I. Misunderstanding once, but now we look it in the eye. Ooh, there ain't no love that I can hold. Roads are rough and this I know. I'll be there when the light comes in. So sailing with survivors. Everybody at home. Yeah, life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. Yeah. Well, if you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Yeah. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. Yeah. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah. Life is a highway, and I wanna ride it all night long. Yeah, yeah. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Woo! Life is a highway. Thank you, everybody at home.
Everybody, so much for being there, for being here tonight. Come on, Kels, come on, get up here, get up here. It's time to celebrate everybody. It's time to go over to the VIP party. We popped the bottle here. Cheers to you, cheers to everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brian and Matt. Thank you, everybody out there. Thank you to all the performers. Good night.
Thank you for supporting the freeze. Cheers from Kansas City.